Hello, this is my instructional video for the little core piece of this workout that I'm putting together. I'm just going to go through what I do. The first one being the number one, the 6-minute core, is something, it's just actually something I do multiple times a week just because I wanted to improve my own core strength. And core for me is not my favorite thing to do, so by making myself do it multiple times a week and being able to do it at home, increase the chances of me doing it. As you can see here, I just got a yoga mat. I have a little kettlebell here. You don't actually need a weight for this, but I have one, and if that's something you want to use, you can, and if not, that's fine too. The way that this workout functions is that it's basically a number of different movements for 30 seconds apiece. And the reason that this is great for anyone is that if you're more conditioned and you're more used to doing core stuff, then you will do the reps, you'll do more reps. And if you're not, you'll just try as hard as you can for 30 seconds. So it really is nice because even though it's kind of the similar movements, you can get better at it and you can access it from any point. So I'm gonna show you. I'm just gonna kind of go through it here. So the first movement that I'm gonna do is kind of, I have to come down here. It's called like toe taps or heel taps. So you just need something that you can kind of like lift your legs over. If you do it the way that I'm gonna do it. So I'd like put this kettlebell here. I'm sitting back on my butt, and you can either use your hands to balance, and you're gonna lift your feet up, tap, and come back, or you can actually do it with no hands, a little more coordination, and go back and forth. Okay, if this movement, if either of them are too difficult for you, another option would be is to simply lay on your back, put your hands on your butt, and you can actually come up about, let's say like 12 inches, and actually tap from here, right? So you can do that for 30 seconds. And then the next movement is a weighted Russian twist or unweighted. So I'm kind of like in boat pose, like if I was doing yoga. So I'm kind of balancing on my butt, right? Again, if this is too hard, you can actually put your feet down here and that's fine. But ideally, or if you want, you have a weight and you twist and tap. Twist and tap. So notice that I'm not actually just twisting my head, or I'm not just using my arms, but I'm actually making an effort to twist my entire torso, right? And then you could go here, you have your feet down, and if you didn't have a weight, you could still do the same thing, twist and tap, and just really twist and squeeze each direction, right? So there's that, and then there is something that I call like a modified V-up. And it's same thing, we're kind of in, this is for another 30 seconds, right? You're in like a boat pose, and you're balancing, you come back, and you come up. So when I'm coming back here, if you see my lower back, I'm not coming back with a big arch under my back. My lower back is actually pressed into the ground here, right? And I have been practicing this shape, so I can do that. If that's not what you can do, you can simply raise your knees up and it becomes easier to push your lower back in. So a way to alter this would be to have your knees at a 90 and just simply reach to your knees, right? Okay. Next movement, similar to that, we're gonna move into like isometrics, which is just, I'm holding it. Toughest version of this is the hollow hold. So notice, like I said, my lower back, there's no space, lower back is pressed into the ground, my hands are up overhead here, my feet are pretty far out, right? I'm gonna hold this for 30 seconds. If that's too difficult, bring your knees in, right? So you can start here, send your knees out, and as soon as you feel your lower back coming up, bring them back in and then squeeze. But basically, I'm in this locked position where I'm jamming my lower back in the ground. And even just doing this, for 30 seconds is very hard. Okay. Final thing is side plank. So the way that I'm gonna do it is I'm just gonna come up on making sure my elbow is lined up with my shoulder. I'm gonna press up and do a side plank here, okay? I'm trying to lift, and actually your oblique, we think it's on our side, it's actually like kind of in the front. So the activation I'm feeling is right here. Okay, modified version of this. If you're feeling like it's pulling in other places, you probably want to change it up. Is coming up on your knees, and again, it should be right here. It's like you can actually touch it. You're just holding this for 30 seconds. And then you do the other side, and that will total 3 minutes worth of things, right? Because you've done 6 movements, 30 seconds each. And you can rotate it through it twice for a total of 6 minutes, or you can have a 9-minute abs by rotating it through it all 3 times. That is the first ab thing.